Hello everyone, it's Scott and welcome back to another episode of Feed the Beast Infinity Evolve Skyblock Expert Mode. The reactor system is pretty complete at this point, so I am up to 9 plus 8, 17 functional reactors, and each one of these is getting pumped in with quad fuel rods, both MOX and regular uranium. These are all energy produced is getting piped out through glass fibers over here to this mass fabricator, and I found out that there's a improvement here using an MFSU, and the reason is the MFSU can support a 2000 EU per tick export, whereas a normal HV wire can only support a 1000 EU per tick export. So I'm now having problems in that my system is basically run out of scrap boxes. So as fast as I'm producing them, they're being consumed. And so I ended up improving the recycler area. I upgraded everything to resonant servos to export items faster. I've been upgrading everything to HV wires to get the energy in a little bit faster. But yeah, I think other than the next step is just going to be to rip everything out and basically move it and restart it. And I'm not sure what kind of effort I really want to put into that. Back here at the ME interface area, I added a couple storage monitors to show me how much electrotine and how much iridium ore I'm producing. So I'm actually doing pretty good in the iridium ore department. Every time I tick up to about 1500 electrotine, it pops out another solar panel. I also ran through and put the TerraSteel on a loop, and so I'm up to 27 TerraSteel, which I think is pretty cool. Other improvements, I've been having a lot of problems with item overflow, so I've been creating more deep storage units. The Britannia project is done, so I went through and cranked through all the formulas, and in the process I have all the 7 deadly sins as well as a ME interface pattern to duplicate them should I need to create more in the future. And so from there, that seems to be working out pretty good. The grinding area, I restructured all my draconium and try to clean up over here to reduce the amount of junk that's in here. I had a couple backups, like I said, so I think it's working out good now. I doubled the amount of sifters on dust. Both of these are operating at full 6464 upgrades. The RF power is barely keeping up with it, and you can see I had to add a second Tesseract, and even that is getting some limitation on the export from the Tesseract system. So let's take a look up here. I ended up also restructuring the wither skeleton area. The solar panels are working pretty good. Let's see, that's 6 advanced solar panels, so I have 2 more advanced to go. The energy storage, yep, 1.6 billion, working out pretty good. I've also been prepping for going to back to the dream world, so I have everything laid out here, as well as this dolly. So the dolly contains a special chest which is filled with all the items I'm going to need for another convocation of the damned. So ritual stones, the diviner, all 8 bell jars, etc., etc. The angel, the demon that needs to be sacrificed. So I should be good to go. Whoops, should be good to go once I actually decide to head back to the dream realm. But I've actually been doing a couple other things where I've been playing around with Thaumcraft. So I ended up making a 3rd gate. Let's head out to gate number 3, portal 3. So this is now 1,000 ticks south of my base, and I was able to get it to spawn properly. And yep, let's travel over the other side. And so I made a little bit of a discovery, since I'm sort of at the end game of Thaumcraft, and I already have the Awakened Icarim pickaxe we know can mine through bedrock. Now, here, let's do a little exploration. So from the escape point, Outer Lands Escape, which is where we have this glitch, we can see that there's actually bedrock on the other side of the portal nothing blocks, the stuff that we can't pass through. So we can't mine the blocks themselves, but what's interesting is if you put the Icarium pickaxe into square mode, that's going to mine everything in the 5x5 surrounding area. So if you look here, it actually removes the nothing blocks and the bedrock, which is pretty interesting. So from there, I decided, oh, okay, well let's head back to our warp point. And I said, well, can I mine through the ceiling? And it turns out, yes, you can. So by hitting this block and hitting it in a 2 radius area, I'm able to escape the Outer Lands. And at that point, I did some exploring and looked around the maze and said, oh, okay, we have this unique room over here. And if we peek inside, we can see that it's got the key. So let's head back to, it's really very close to the entrance. So let's head back in here, switch to our Draconian bow, and see if we can just lay waste, whoops, to the, yep, there we go. So it should be this way, and there's the bad guys. So quick right click and everybody's dead. That was pretty cool. Alright, so I got the key. So at this point, let's head back out, and I did the same thing trying to find the master room. So I think that is over here. Alright, here we go. Here's the boss room, and here's the entrance. So let's fly down here and see if we can give ourselves an access point. There we go. There we go. And like that, we're right at the exit. Alright, I'm back in the overworld because there was something I forgot to do that I had prepped, and that was for the Draconic Sword. So, in order to make the Draconic Sword, I'm going to need to make a Sword of the Wyvern, which is going to require an etheric sword. And so this is using my favorite unstable ingot. So if I were to take this out of the ME system, it would kill me. So you are fortunately able to use the ME system to craft ingots from components. So this is going to use the stable sigils to make semi-stable ingots, which are going to form unstable ingots. So let's make that using this device over here, which is the cyclic assembler. And so you'll see I have a lot of division sigils that are activated. So it turns out that you only have to do the activation ritual once, and all sigils in your inventory become activated at the same time. So I just loaded up like 15 of them and did them all, and loaded them all in the cyclic assembler. So let's make ourselves an etheric sword next. Oops, let's grab that ingot. Oh, is it going to be a pain about that unstable ingot? Etheric sword. It is, isn't it? Okay. All right. Well. Let's see how we can do this safely. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. So it turns out that the semi-stable nugget has a formula to make a stable unstable ingot. What I have to do is right-click this, then find the etheric sword formula over here, and then that I am able to click into the shift-click into the ME crafting terminal. So now I can click and collect that etheric sword, and then I'm all set. So let's grab ourselves a sword of the Wyvern, and I'm pretty sure, yep, so all I need are 2 more Wyvern cores, and go, and done. Okay, Wyvern core, and here's our sword of the Wyvern. Oh, I have to put the etheric sword back in, and now I can take the sword of the Wyvern out. Excellent. So let's pop back to the Draconic Sword, and I should have everything I need. Actually, I don't. Okay, so let's wait for these awakened cores to roll in. Okay, let's take our mana dust and roll that into a pure mana block. So 1, 2. And then we'll take the Draconic Sword. At this point, here's the Sword of the Wyvern. So the last piece I'm missing is a Draconic Energy Core, which is just dripping that Awakened Core in Molten Draconium. And luckily I have 4 Awakened Cores, so let me take care of that, just like I did in the previous episode. Okay, so that should be the 5184 Draconium, and that should create our Draconic Energy Core. Okay, that was a little pokey, but it worked. So back here, and whew, voila, Draconic Sword. Excellent. So the cool thing about this sword is it's just a beast. So area attack 3x3. It has a tremendous amount of damage, 40 attack damage, and in addition, it has a bonus that the stronger the enemy, the stronger it hits. So that's going to work out really well when going up against bosses like what I'm going to find in the Outer Lands. Okay, we're back in the Outer Lands, and let's open this door. So I ended up souping up the Draconic Sword. I added quite a lot of things to it. So you see here it's now a 90 attack damage and Crimson Portal. Not familiar with that, but let's... Wow. Ha! And we're done. Okay. I think it was harder to get that guy because of the knockback than it was to beat the portal. So here we go with another Primordial Pearl. And so I guess, yeah, it's cheating to kind of go through the walls, but this is going to make it a lot easier to get more pearls. And that wasn't even a challenge. In fact, I forgot to put my helmet back on. So I guess I can actually go through when I want to make the guilty pull. I think at this point it pretty much shows I can just go through and make a couple more portals. Here we go, portals in a box, and that should be enough for me to get all the rest of the primordial pearls that I need in order to finish that off. Alright, I'm back in the overworld, and I've been playing around with the RFTools Screens. So these are a little complicated in that you have to create a screen controller, and well, in itself, the machine frame is going to require another resonant machine frame. once I connect it to a screen, the screen's going to take modules. In this case, the modules, energy module, are very easy to make. And in my case, I wanted a way to monitor the draconic energy storage. And what I ended up doing was linking 3 of the modules to the storage energy core, not the energy core, actually up here to the energy pylon, and that's what gives us an RF tick reader to give the screen the ability to interface with the core. And so each of these 3 modules is showing the total RF as a bar. I have the RF as a percentage, and then RF per tick that's coming in and coming out. And so whenever I see that the percentage is going to drop too low, I can come over here and activate the Nether Star button. And what that's going to do is send a redstone pulse here to this servo, which is going to temporarily switch high and pull a single Nether Star out of the ME system, dump it into this ender chest, which is then going to pump all the way back here to the Nether Star Generator. Now, at this point, I'm going to do a little bit of upgrading. So let me grab this, boop, and head back down because I've been working on more Nether Star Generators. So let's come over here. Nether Star. So I have 40 of the level 1 guys already. And so all I need to do is make, let's middle click. We'll make, I need a total of 64. So let's make the last pieces start. And so this is going to grind up a lot of semi-stable ingots over here. And so you can see they're just pumping in, consuming division sigil points. Like I said, that's actually pretty easy for me to recharge. Once that's done, it's going to need another 1,500. Okay, so that's going to be 6 total sigils. So it's also going to consume a number of wither skeleton skulls. And so since I restructured my my system to, well, I don't know why that's flickering, but basically there's a chest over in the Nether that has a storage bus hooked up to it, and that's what's going to basically act as a holder for the wither skeleton skulls before they get piped into the wither makers. So what I want to do next is move to this next level of the Nether Star Generator, and for that I'm going to need this transfer node. So let's get over here. So transfer node energy are going to require gold, transfer nodes, and a breadth first search upgrade. So the breadth first search, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm going to need a number of those, is going to, that's going to be a item that can tell the transfer interfaces to not reach all the way down to the end and build a destination tree. What it's going to do is whenever it hits a branch, it's going to have an equal probability to go down the left or the right branch. And it's going to search, if I recall, I think this one searches all the branches looking for connected inventories. It's just a way of speeding up the item depositing using transfer interfaces. Speaking of which, let's grab that out of the mix, and let's grab a bit of gold ingots, 95,000, not bad. So let's come over here. Oh, I'd already set this up. Okay, so transfer nodes, let's put a couple more in here and drop in 8 more breadth first search. Let's drop in a bit more gold, dink, 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 and pull out the ones that I've already made. Great. So back over here, we're going to jump back to the Nether Star Generators. Let's put the 63. Am I, whoops. Oh, shoot. Guess what? I think I'm one short. So let's check back here. Something's definitely off. All right, unstable ingot, stored 3, crafting. Okay, so a couple more gold nuggets and a couple of diamonds should suffice. Was that 8,000 diamonds? Okay, that's not bad. So pull those out. I'm not sure why the machine conked out there. Okay, and it looks like I'm building another solar panel. Yep, that just reset. So let's get back here. Nether Star Generators. I'm up to 64. So let's see if we can make a couple of these guys. Yes and no. Okay, so I have to throw that into the inventory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and hopefully I should be able to finish off the last set. So throw these in here. 1, 2, 3. And so now I have 8 level 2 Nether Star Generators. And for the last one to make the level 3, I'm going to need, they changed the formula. Okay, so I'm going to need another bedrockium ingot and then 4 more of the energy nodes. So, of which I have 3. And so let's make one more of those. Bedrockium. Okay, I have enough plutonium. Good. Plutonium. Okay, 177 here. That's pretty cool. What am I missing over here? I need another breath first search. There we go. Okay, I'll grab this guy. And that should be everything I need. So I have the 4 energy. I have the bedrock. One, 2, 3, 4. And there's our hyper energy node. Nice. So let's see how this works. So drop all those guys in. We'll take the hyper energy and pull out the 164 times Nether Star Generator. Excellent. And I'm curious. All right, drop you in there. Nothing special. So if my RF is at 90%, I'll tap the button once. Whoa, okay. There we go. And I'm full. So I guess it fills up 10% in one tap. What was that, 4 seconds? That was pretty cool. All right, so I've been looking around at what it's going to take to build the Wyvern armor. So each one of these are going to require a piece of QuantumSuit armor. And so the QuantumSuit body armor, the QuantumSuit leggings, the QuantumSuit boots, and so on and so forth. So I've gone through and kind of done some prep work here for the for using the ME system to craft a lot of these. And the one that I have left is the bodysuit armor, which is just going to require the electric jetpack. So what I want to do is craft up one of those and get that started. By itself, at one point in the past, this would have been incredibly complicated. but right now, not so much. So it looks like I'm going to need some more advanced alloy. Let's whip up a batch of that, and then head back to the quantum armor. And I'm also missing that Lapatron in the middle. Lapatron, dink, dink, done. Okay, there's our crystal. So let's grab that. Lapatron, crystal, here, great. So just so I have a complete set, let's grab that and assembler, great. I've done a little bit of testing here, and I determined that one Nether Star in the 64 speed generator is going to get me a little bit over 200 million, which works out to a 13, I think, percent bump. So I'll just have to watch the percentage when that drops down to 85 or so. It'll be safe to click the button one time and drop in another star. So let's bring up the quantum armor then. Here we go. And let's order up one each of the 4 pieces of quantum armor. Alright, we're back, and here's each of the 4 pieces of QuantumSuit armor. Pretty cool. Okay, so next step is going to be the Wyvern armor. And so I've gone ahead and prefab 8 Wyvern cores and 4 Wyvern energy cores, and hopefully that'll be enough to carry me through. Let's check out the Draconium. Alright, so I have 132 ingots. 1200 dust. I could use a couple more Draconium blocks. So, whoops, that's going to use up all my Wyvern cores. So, let's see if I can... Yeah, so if I make... I'm going to need a total of 8 minus 2, 6. For each of these, I'm going to need an extra Wyvern core, so I'm going to need another 6 Wyvern cores. So why don't we just start that going. Make sure I can math correctly. There we go. And while that's going, let's grab out our... Well, let's start with the Wyvern chest plate, because I think that'll be the best. There we go. 1 Wyvern chest plate. And let's move on to the next as soon as we can. 2 more Draconium blocks. Here's our Wyvern helm. Okay, now that all that auto crafting is done, let's grab the Wyvern leggings. And at the very last piece should be the boots. There we go. Okay, so now I have each of the 4 Wyvern armor. So next we have to start focusing on the Draconic armor. And of course this is going to be a bit more difficult. Let's get over to the Draconic chest plate. Yeah, so very difficult. So Wyvern chest plate's going to require 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the flux crystal block? Oh, well, that's not difficult. I think yeah, this is just redstone and a flux crystal, which I've already, I think I've already automated. Yeesh, but that means I'm going to need a ton more dragon hearts in order to make the awakened armor. So let's see if there's any low-hanging fruit. No, same thing. Flux crystal block. 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, each one of these is going to require another awakened draconium to itself. So which one would be the easiest to craft at this point? Well, they're all equally bad. So, yep. So 4. Oh, I don't even have enough awakened draconium to move forward. Okay, so back to the resurrection ritual. Okay, I figure what better way to test out my new weaponry than with another resurrection. So I ended up swapping out the Draconic cores with Wyvern cores, which has again doubled the attack damage on my sword. So 120. I just want to see how this is going to work. Alright, there is our Ender Dragon. So let's see if I can catch up to him and hit him with the new and improved sword. Wow, okay. That was was that a half his hit points in one hit? Yeah. Alright, I don't know what's healing him. Oh, I guess the ritual wasn't technically done yet. Alright, well, this should be fast. Got my magnet on? Yep. One. Alright, my problem is I'm losing track of him in this black on black. So let's wear him down with the bow, then go in for the kill with the sword. And there we go. Awesome. So it looks like it just gave me a little bit of draconium dust and another heart, but that's all I need. So with that, I think I'm going to call this an episode. I'm going to go through and do the resurrection ritual a couple more times, and that way by the time I'm ready to start next episode, I should have all the raw materials to make the draconium armor. So if you could, please leave a comment or a like. Let me know how I'm doing, and I will see you next time in Feed the Beast Infinity Evolved Skyblock Expert Mode. Bye!